Hello, everyone. Oh, I'm pretty low. That's better. Hi, everybody. How's everyone doing? Ow. The stream called your attention? Dragon Tarot cards? Well, usually usually decks, they come with booklets, usually, right? Because it is a little bit, even so the cards are like the same and almost, all the decks, like the Two of Swords, the coins, which in my deck are the Pentacles. But they always have a slightly of a different meaning depending on the deck. And that is, they have like the fundamental meaning, and then they have like a little bit of something extra or something different than another deck has, and that's what you have the booklet for. So why is it giving you such a hard time? Oh, I see. Can you maybe send me a picture of it on Twitch in a message? I would really like to see it. Like, not in here in a message, but in a, personal message. Because I would really like to see what it looks like, too. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Thank you. Oh, I don't know. Then I don't know. You can also try to, I get my information on in my panels, like my Facebook and everything. You can also try to send it there. It'll probably work there. I don't mind. Fucking bone spurs are hurting. Ugh. This morning was really bad. IG. Oh, my Instagram. It's the same. The Sect of the Dragon, all one word. You can send it there. Oh, thank you. Awesome. Let me go on there and check. Now I gotta. Again, I'm at this where I gotta find out where I can see messages. No. No. Okay. I don't know. I never know how to get to the message area. It's so weird. I did it last time and I thought it was just clicking the house button and then it sends me there, but I guess not. No. No. That guy. Stupid. Shit, I don't know where it's at. Oh! Maybe best way would be, if I get a couple of people in here, getting readings. Best way would be for you to watch, when I give them the readings. I think that would be the best way to learn. Um, I don't understand why I cannot find where the fuck messages are. I think I really the fuck. Actual numbers? What do you mean by that? It's not. No. Yeah, see, but it's not there. I don't have a message button here for some weird reason. That's what I was looking for. But I don't have it. So I don't know how you sent it. Because there's no message button on this page. Oh, thank you, Daydream Mystic, for following. Appreciate it. Yeah, I just cannot seem to find where the message is because I don't have a button for it. For some reason. I don't know. Sorry. Hey, how are you, Daydream Mystic? Well, I guess you'll have to. Hi, Sensei. I am. Thank you. I hope you're doing well. So I guess my best advice, Eric, would be that you don't focus so much on the design of the cards. Rather focus on the meaning of the cards. I like to expand on the design sometimes a little bit, but I don't focus on the design of the card because, that's not the most important part of it. So I can only suggest that you focus on, the meaning. That's a very good advice too. What Daydream is saying. It does always depend on who's the wielder, who's the person. For me, it's just kind of like I focus on what I know that the people want to know. What do the people want to know? Do they want to hear me talk about more of the design of the card or whatever, or do they want me to get to the point and give them the information that they're seeking, Well, I think that you need to make sure that your focus is right. Okay, that you really focus your energy on, pulling this for the particular person instead of yourself, right? So you have to kind of learn how to separate that energy, your own spirit, I guess, from connecting with the cards and rather connect with the person's energy. I'm good. it's Saturday, which is great. So, all right, King. Let me All right, King. I know you probably want a general reading, like you usually do. Maybe you should get another deck, a different deck, and see how it makes you feel. Maybe it is the deck. Maybe it's just not kind of meant for you. It can happen. All right, let me shuffle this. That's why I have multiple, and I can tell you right now that, well, my other one is a lot different than a traditional or a conventional tarot deck, I should say. It is a Slavic deck, and the layout will be of like 40 cards. The layout is literally, when you do it, it's kind of like going to be addressing almost every aspect of your life. So it's a very long reading. That's why I have not presented that one yet, because if I were to give a reading like that, it would take probably like 45 minutes to an hour just to do one reading for one person. And then the other deck I have, I was not really happy about the design of the cards, because I thought they were pictures like this one, but it turns out that they're like they have some kind of shine to it to make them all different colors shine, and it's really distracting, and it does not look well in the camera either. So I have never used that deck. I like it other than that, but I don't like that you can't really see the pictures. Even looking at them straight on, you can't see them because of that weird shine and glitter stuff on there. So I've just been sticking with this one deck here, but I do really want to get another one. But it's also one of those things, I know this one almost entirely by heart, almost. So to getting a new deck is starting all over again, and getting familiar with it, which is not that big of a challenge, but it is a time investment, and I remember how long it took me to get as familiar as I am with this now already. It took me a year pretty much, and I'm still not 100%. So all right, King. Let's see what we see today. I think you had that one not last time, but I think the time before, the Six of Swords inverted. So this is talking about how you have a hard time breaking free from sad events and from miserable events. It seems that you are stuck in there often and you can't really find your way out, okay? It's like an inability to break free from bad circumstances, and it's like an entrapment in events that make you feel rather miserable, okay? I think that's something that you're familiar with, that's common to you, and it is frustrating and depressing at times. So yeah, that is a representation of that. Let's move forward. Okay. Page of Wands. That is already a better message here. Page of Wands. This describes that even so you deal with a lot of setbacks often. This is an expression on how you work around it in ingenious ways, okay? Like you're very creative when coming up with ways to make yourself feel better about these situations, okay? And do things that work more in your favor. It's an ingenuity. It is like you have genius ways of wiggling yourself through these miserable events, if you will. So that's pretty much how you're maintaining your life. Oh, ads. Okay, they have ads. Yeah, they're still in ads, so it seems. Okay. Yeah, so you have a very ingenious way of getting around these bad circumstances that you seem to be entrapped in often, okay? So that's good, okay? That's how you enrich your life, and that's how you live a sort of fulfilling life, a little bit at least, okay? So moving on. King of Wands inverted. So this is not really good. This is an expression of somebody in an authoritative position, I would say, around you. Could be a parent or could be a boss or something like that, and it is about brutality. It is about somebody that's not really, how would you say, sympathetic to you, okay? Somebody that's harsh in their judgment, and they're rough-natured, and they're not very compassionate, and they're intolerant, and a strict parent, could be somebody that has authority over you in a sense, and they're not very kind to you. Could, like I said, could be a parent, could be a boss or something. It could also be something that happened to you in the past, or is going to happen to you in your near future, okay? But definitely somebody that's rough-natured, and I'm not sure if it's about you though too. It could also be you. Actually, yeah, the more I think about it, the more I think this is actually directed at you and how you are with people. Rough-natured and not really compassionate and intolerant and strict. So I'm thinking, because I don't think that you're around many people, I think this is rather about yourself, okay? On second thought. So yeah, so that concludes you, King. All right, Daydream Mystic. Is there anything in particular that you would like to inquire about, or do you just want to have a general reading? Sure. What's your question? You must explain to me what you consider shadow work. Wow, today's one of those days. All right. I don't know how. I am not really familiar with all these differentiations between all this stuff, because to me, practicing magic or shamanism or whatever it is, witchcraft, it's all one thing. I don't know about this light and dark and shadow and stuff. So it's I think it's all one thing. Because I work with all of these aspects at all times anyway. That's why I was asking. Let's see. Maybe we can see something on that. We're off to an interesting beginning here. You got the Nine of Pentacles here, okay? This card expresses a wealthy and independent female. Also talking about wealth in general, material good fortune for yourself, and a pet lover. Yeah, so I don't know if this is about yourself or if this is somebody that's in your life or coming to be in your life, but it is of positive influence, okay? Could also be an entity. An entity that is connected to animals in a sense, since pet lover is a key word here. But yeah, definitely materialistic good fortune, and a wealthy and independent female. Okay, so there's some some feminine energy there, whether that's yourself or somebody around you that has a good influence on your energy. Now, it could very well be some entity too, since you said you've been doing some work, some entity that you have influence and that has now opened themselves up to you, or you've opened yourself up to them, and they're now part, becoming to be part in your life. Okay. Okay. So this is the 10 of Cups inverted here. So now this is expressing about family misfortune. Okay. Talks about family strife and unfortunate family matters, and maybe even loss of home or money. This may be something that's occurred to you in the past, and is maybe part of the tool that you're using for your magical workings that you're momentarily doing. Okay. So this is just a reflection on the tools, I guess, that you're using right now. Yeah. So that's a part of you, and definitely infused in your energy. Okay. I was I was hoping for a card as such. So we get the Four of Swords inverted. So this, to me, the way I interpret this, is a clear sign that whatever it is that you're doing will renew your energy. Okay, and you will come back into life and daily activity and events with renewed vigor. Okay, it will be like a return to daily life and activity. So whatever it is that you're doing right now, it is working for you. Okay, because either you're already getting better and feeling better and becoming more social and coming out of yourself more, or you will in the very near future. Okay. So what you're doing is good. There's not really much negative about that in the reading, or deconstructive or non-constructive in your reading. So it's good. Good. That's very good. That very much aligns with your reading. So all right, guys, you're gonna have to. You're welcome, Daydream Mystic. You're welcome. I hope you'll be back. I'm very appreciative of you following and coming in tonight. I hope I'll see you again. I'm not leaving, guys, but nature is calling, so I'll be right back. right. Oh, sorry. Ah, okay. You've been in this, like, really happy and giddy mood lately, Scooby. Thank you. I'm glad for that. Thank you very much for saying that. Yeah, and the chat is really good. Um, always nice and kind and respectful people in here. That's my main thing because I'm always worried that I have to turn into like mom or something and fucking. But luckily it has not come to this point, so not directly. Ouch. Oh, sorry. Have a good night, Scooby. Thank you for stopping by. Sleep well. Ooh, okay. I have to think about that one. I really have to think about that one. Oh, I got one. I got one quickly this time. Okay, so recently we have been finding out, which is awesome, that rose quartz crystal is very much data storage. It stores data. We have figured this out, that is a thing. And I love that fact because it is literally hard science meets metaphysical, right? Metaphysical science, if you will, or magic, right? So meaning that obviously we can branch out then more, to think that using quartz crystals and rituals and meditation and such things is actually scientifically now established that it I guess it would help, right, if once we establish the connections there. But so slowly but surely the conventional scientific world is uncovering more things about the tools that we use in alchemy and magic, or shamanism, or whatever you want to call it, the craft, that are tools that can be used just as well in the scientific, in the actual scientific, that science that's based on facts and data, that we can actually start using those tools there as well. And we, as I've always said, that is where these things are starting to slowly meet now, and it is good to know, because it validates thousands of years, what our ancestors already pretty much knew, the value that these things held before our scientists in this day and age even figured this out. It's just now something that's finally being discovered. I think it's because finally scientists are actually expanding their research area more into where they refused to look in the beginning. They're now becoming more comfortable, or maybe more confident to try to look in those areas. Yeah, yeah. The I mean, literally, it will nowadays. I've talked about this many times on stream. Nowadays, it will be even recommended or even prescribed by doctors, for people to do things such as yoga and meditation and acupuncture, all of these things that just 20 years ago were said to be witchcraft and were said to be complete nonsense, are now being proven to be very helpful things for people's emotional, mental, psychological, also physical well-being. So yeah, that's I find that really awesome that finally these things are starting to come together as they should. If we would have attempted this already 20 years ago, we'd be, I think, well ahead now. Unfortunately, there was so much judgment and so much rumors and what was the one word, superstition against these techniques and these tools that our ancestors used, but now it is being looked at. And I do believe it has to do something with the generation, right? Because it is now our generation. We're the adults now. We're in our 30s and stuff. We're the ones that run these companies now. We're the ones that work these things. I think it has something to do with that, because our generation was the generation that was very open to, after the 70s, we were in the 80s where things were a certain way, but the 70s was was the time where, our parents were very open to things, and then the 80s came and it was kind of like a little bit more narrowed down again. But then the 90s came and it again was like a blow up of new things being accepted. And I think our generation is responsible for making these big steps now, because we really don't have our parents hovering over us anymore. And we are making our own choices now, so yeah, it is good. um, oh wow. Okay. I don't know where you live, but I live in an area where people like us are judged very harshly. I live in the Bible Belt, so it's kind of like people like me because I'm kind of like a well-rounded person. Like I have other things to, I lived in multiple countries and I've done this, and older people are very drawn to that aspect of me and they're interested in it. But I never hit them. I usually never hit them on the metaphysical workings or my personal life in that sense, what I do, because the judgment here is so high because of the extremity of Christianity here, right? Christianity is like one of those things here that is like, if you're not Christian, you're an outsider. You will be looked at as somebody that's in works with the devil, which surely I am, but it's like, so unfortunately I can't say the same thing. I am glad to know though that you have this connection with older people, and that you feel comfortable, and that these older people where you are tolerant and considerate of this. So that's, I'm glad to know that, especially at your age too. It's important. Um, but why? But if your parents are atheists, how did they assume devil worship? I don't understand. My mother was an atheist, of course, and so was my father, pretty much. So I was, you know, most I got was ridicule, but only slightly because my mother always had a little bit of this. My mother was a witch, and she knew that, but she never wanted to admit it because she never wanted to admit, um, you know, uh, because it was not fully proven by science, right? And my mother was a believer in science strictly. So for her, it was, I'm not, she was like, I'm not going to say that this is something when I have no proof of it whatsoever. Oh, wow. Yeah, my parents would let me do whatever I wanted. That was always the good thing. My mother was always, like I said, she would laugh at me and ridicule me about stuff, but I wouldn't stop. It wouldn't stop me. I'd be like, whatever, mom. But they would never tell me, you can't do this or you can't do that. My mother was very much a person that wanted me to be able to be whoever I wanted to be, do whatever I wanted to do, as long as it was, you know, good for me, educational for me, and it didn't harm anybody. My mother really didn't give a shit, and she didn't have to because she always knew me. She knew that I was always going to choose eventually the thing, that I should be choosing, that fate had set me out to choose. So yeah, That is good because I know a lot of people that were not that lucky, especially in the US here. It's really insane how many people here have been in my age group, like my generation, have been tried to be manipulated by their parents into Christianity and into indoctrination and just ignorance and oblivion. It's scary. It's scary. Growing up in a very free country, in a very, freedom of thoughts and religion and of everything, to coming to a place here where Christianity is still such an influence and such a negative influence, that's pretty crazy. Look at me burning out his fuse out here. All right, guys. So it looks like we're having another slow stream, which is fine. I think I'm just gonna head out tonight for tonight. But it was really nice talking to you, Daydream Mystic. I hope maybe you'll come back another time. I'll be on again tomorrow and probably also on Monday. So yeah, come back anytime. Really nice meeting you. Thank you for the follow. Sounds good. Sounds good. And I want to thank everybody else that was here. I want to thank King that was here. Oh, was that the other? And Eric. Thank you, Eric, for being here as well. Oh, and Sensei, of course. And Scooby was in here saying nice things to me, too. So that was awesome. So I really want to thank all of you guys so much for coming today. Think I'm going to head out for tonight. I'll be back tomorrow, and until tomorrow, don't forget to mourn those in spiritual turmoil. And I say tschüss, zdravo, and bye.